Oh shit. Here we go again. Welcome in the cut here. Monday, November 17th, 2025. Probably gonna get kicked off YouTube for this shit, but Biggie most certainly wouldn't care. Mm, mm. And the title of the stream today is We Got Action Too Good Not to Stream. The action's so good we have to stream. Let's be the positive affirmative today. Something like that. But I feel really, really sad for anybody who doesn't have Bali Bays up in this. It's been telling you to hedge your stack for a while now, and I've been saying it just for my own retardism. I hope I don't get fucking Steven a strike here. But yeah, we saw this coming from a while, and I mean, over here, see, this is why you can't just trade that. You gotta have, I mean, it's still a positive posterior mean, and it's still 0.62. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's diverged significantly, but yeah, we're going, I mean, testing those April returns there could not be good. But it's very, sometimes, um, to bet on continuation when continuation is actually the lower probability state, depending. But shout out Unk. I mean, our community, I mean, Unk's community, sorry, um, is just, it's just growing and growing in these weird ways, but it's just getting better and better. And that's when you know you have some gold. Always comes back into vogue. Just like Biggie. I'm pretty sure, yeah. E. And Ted K. Ted K is I mean, the prophet himself, really doing a lot of good work. A lot of great work. Alright. Biggie's definitely going to give me a copyright strike. And that's just that, I mean, 26th percentile there. It can just, I mean, Fed's going to have to come in. H3P's expanding on the 2-day. Would be honestly be better in a lot of ways than what they're doing now. But yeah, I mean, that's why different fall models here. This has been expanding for a while. This HV here is just kind of it's been expanding as well, but it just looks nicer. Yeah, and that VIX. We got some credit problems. Credit problems are back, baby. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I think that this is a canary in the coal mine here. Whatever the fuck that means. I've never been in a coal mine. But yeah, we're getting some kiwi, something going on here. But we need a crisis first. And that crisis is coming here. Not to be too bearish. See, look how much harder Bitcoin has been for Bali Base to establish any bias. Not nearly as nice. I actually don't know if that does anything. I just like the mode. The mode. Sicker than your average. Like if anyone's buying on that, God bless you. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Holy. Holy. And there's a lot of people flying blind. I mean, unless you're Barron Trump and Trump's gonna mandate retirement counts of solely Nvidia. Not the craziest thing to ever think of. That VIX right there. Ah. And you know what? You have to find that that's the strongest asset, like the asset that's actually just going up for maybe like actual reason or something like that. And if that's not rallying, then you got to take that into consideration. That- crazy how we all have like these unrealistic expectations for certain assets and fitting them to our own timelines. Yeah, I think that this goose has been cooked. Maybe not. I mean, if there's one to do it, it would probably be Zcash because it's just like so not under anyone's really regime in a way, besides the Zcash bag holders. And for some reason, rate cuts are getting steamed out of here. It's not cool. I mean, it's just not cool. I mean, here we go. There is something weird happening here. There is something weird happening here, though. Okay. So it's still September of September of 2027 is the lowest rate in the future, but it hasn't gotten. It's a little bit above 3%, 3.15% in September of 27. So they're saying about like 85 bips, 100 bips of cuts. We need more cuts. We need more cuts. And that will send stocks to fucking highs. It's still coming, guys. I don't think that this is the end of it. But we're gonna get some fucking probably nuke vol, and then people just buy him again. Like that's gonna be the move. Like it's gonna be a taco. It's gonna be a buy the dip type of trade. But I don't know if. I mean, I don't know though. I don't know because yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, but who gives a shit at the end of the day? With some of these companies, they don't need the overnight funding. The only people that need the overnight funding are broke or so rich that they don't have anything else to do with their cash. So they're lending. So your BlackRocks and JP Morgans may not want to hold those during this vol. But the Nvidias and the high quality companies, the Googles, the Amazons, maybe not as much the Amazon. Well, the Amazon's high quality, um, but when that nuke comes, being able to buy those on the dip because right now they're saying 3% in September or 3% going out a couple of years. I think that needs to happen sooner, and I think it needs to be even bigger than 3% or lower than 3%. Excuse me. And the fact that we're not getting those cuts is really shaking things up. But This is one day on Nas? Damn. Bali Bays is still. This has been going on for multiple years. This can't be right. What? I literally thought I just saw. Yeah, that's a different. Okay. That's a different look back. Okay. Daily. All right. Yeah, daily it's like fucked. Yeah, 2 days fucked. Like literally this 2 days been like this since 2023. Like morons like me were talking about stupid bearish shit like for like years after that. Like like literally you could have just put me on mute for like fucking years. 2 years. Best returns ever. Shows what I know. shows how unpredictable I mean some things can be. Well, I mean this is actually shows how predictable things can actually be to the long side. Short's much harder. You can go. Like this VIX right here, this doing. I mean, the fact that it's rising like that, the fact that the dollar's rising, the fact that SPOs are selling off, along with Nasdaq, along with the Germans, along with the Japanese. The only one that you have to look for. All right, so we have the Chinese dollar also getting weaker. Then we have to go over to the one that I want to see here. NQ, that's cool, but I want to see. Yeah, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Is that HSI or something? Hang Seng? This was the stimulus right here. Stimulus happens at 17,000 and they just start pumping stocks. Like they literally have like a government buying program in China. But yeah, that's another risk off. And then another person with the AI trade, which kind of makes sense in a little bit of a way, that if you're going to be buying a lot of these components overseas, that well, it does. I don't know if that really makes sense. But the Asian currencies, you look at the Asian currencies. In the end, if you a true player, be having my baby.
baby. Check it out. Now folks shit for that ass. Puff Daddy, Biggie Smalls, Junior Mafia, represent, baby, baby. Let's take 'em back. Uh-huh. Coming up, I was confused. My mama kissing a girl. Confusion occurs coming up in the cold world. Daddy ain't around, probably out committing felonies. My favorite rapper used to sing, check out my melody. I wanna live good, so shit, I sell dope for a four-finger ring. One of them gold ropes. Nana told me if I pass, I get a sheepskin coat. If I can move a few packs, I get the hat. Now that'd be dope. Tossed and turned in my sleep that night. Woke up the next morning, niggas have stole my bike. Different day, same shit, ain't nothing good. In the hood, I run away from this bitch and never come back if I could. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. Nick, on the grill of my low rider, guns on both sides, right above the gold wires. I 4-5 'em, kill a nigga on my song and really do it. That's the true meaning of a ghost rider. 10 G's to take your daughter out of Air Forces. Believe you me, homie, I know all about losses. I'm from Compton where the wrong colors be cautious. One phone call, I had your body dumped in Marston. I stay strapped like car seats, been banging since my little nigga Rob got killed for his Barclays. That's 10 years, I told Pooh in 95, I'll kill you if you try me for my Air Max 95s. Told Banks when I met him I'ma ride, and if I gotta die, I'd rather homicide. I ain't had 50 cent when my grandmama died. Now I'm going back to Cali with my Jacob on. See how time fly. The underdogs on top, and I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top, and I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. From the beginning to the end, losers lose, winners win. This is real, we ain't got to pretend. This whole world that we in is full of pressure and pain. Enough of me, nigga, now let
These
me
are really
explain.
useful right here.
5-0, got
Template.
dropped by the bench, now I'm fucking with 5-0. It's all starting to make sense. My mom's happy she ain't gotta pay the rent, and she got a red bow on that brand new bench. Waiting on shot money to land, sitting in the range, thinking how they spent $30 million on airplanes when his kids starving. Pockets going and Brenda still throwing babies in the garbage. I wanna know what's going on, like I hear Marvin. No school books, they use that wood to build coffins. Whenever I'm in the booth and I get exhausted, I think, what if Marie Baker got that abortion? I love you, ma.
Top.
And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get
And
to know me.
what are we gonna do here? We want currencies here, so we want the Asian currencies. So the first one is the Korean won. The Korean won. Yeah, it's doing that same shit. Yeah, why would anybody want Korean wons if you're not going to be doing any business in Korea? And why would you be doing, and what type of business does Korea do a lot of? A lot of, I think they do a lot of fabricating and shit for chips and whatnot. That's my expert opinion there. That those Asians over there, those beautiful, beautiful people, are doing. They're making electronics. I think that's what they do, but not gonna be 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure. All right, so Korea, and then we want the Taiwan dollar. Taiwan dollar. If things are going good in the world, and the Taiwan dollar is increasing against the U.S. dollar against all odds. I don't think that's happening right now. TWD. Okay. The Taiwan dollar. Yeah. Yeah. So like this right here was like a false flag right here. False flag. It's just this is the unwind of their carry trade. They're actually doing something risky. That's actually a risk off sign in a sense. But the selling off that is the overall sign, and we can see this that in 2021 when things were really good, that this was actually rallying on people actually using the Taiwan dollar, and nobody had any need for it, so they dumped it. Saw a nice rally there, but honestly, I'm not that impressed by this. Doesn't seem like it gives me much alpha. All right, who else? Well, you gotta have China, right? I think you have to have multiple forms of China. Well, Control Z that. It's not. Is it HKD? Yeah, Hong Kong dollar, US dollar. But Hong Kong dollar actually, CNH is actually even a better risk off or risk on sentiment. Maybe. All right, back to that one. We'll come back to it. Um, Hong Kong dollar. Sure, we'll do the yen, right? Anybody else that's better than that? I mean, Singapore maybe. I don't even know. Do they have a currency? Well, of course they have. Singapore dollar, Hong Kong dollar. I think that's probably a good gauge of risk. Here we go again. The gangsta party. Motherfucking time. This is our official theme song. Tupac approved. Alright, who else? Who else? Who else? We got the Koreans. We got. The yen is like. It's a weird financial type of thing, but still selling off. Not good. Um, I don't know even with that. Don't listen to me on that. Like, where do you hide? You just hedge. Gangsta party. Okay. Yeah, that Taiwan dollar is weird. Seems like it's a big move today. Gangsta party. But yeah, needless to say, um, if you have higher risk currencies going up against the dollar, that's a good risk on sentiment. I mean, like generally speaking. But if you have all these currencies at the same time selling off, and they're, I mean, but maybe that's just my lack of understanding of international trade. Ah, always got to have a kind of null hypothesis in a sense. But yeah, we need a lot more confidence in risk assets, and you just don't really have it in a lot of ways. But yeah, just kind of getting my head on straight for the week here, looking where there's any opportunity. I'm pretty sure there's Nvidia earnings coming out. But which these Japanese yields are really interesting here. Highest since 2008. Maybe it's a good sign. Maybe it's a bad sign. Yields coming up. Hey, that's a good thing. Chinese yields not doing anything. That's really bad. Really fucking bad. That's crazy. That the Swiss bond yield in 2019 was negative 112 bips. Over here, it was negative 95. Negative 69. Nice. Um, But then now it's at 5 bips. I mean, if we see that go lower, that's gonna be fucking not good. That's not a good sign. 5 bips over 5 years. Why would somebody need that much security? Might as well just buy some equities. In Swiss franc terms, what's the Swiss franc index? Probably mooning. SMI. Yeah, like if Swiss equities are selling off, yeah, a lot of interesting areas here. Um, I would be very cautious if you're looking to buy them. It's probably short term scalps, and you're probably getting to the point where it's becoming um, counter trend in a sense on the short time frames. But yeah, I'll be back on, just kind of getting my head straight for the week. Um, but we'll find a good trade here. I mean, bonds have been just letting me down as always, but that's the way they work. It's just you're just collecting coupon, you're collecting coupon and you're waiting for that big day to cash them in. Ah, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All I know is that I feel incredibly blessed to be able to have these indies. We've been watching these for a while now, and we were looking for that big rally, and the longer and longer. I mean, we did see it. I mean, for a while, coming off these lows here, um, but yeah, I mean, there could be some more pain here, and well, it looks like it, but and just in terms of reality, that's why talking about short-term funding, there are issues, so. Um, the Fed's trying to come in and do something. It's been going on like this for a while. Honestly, back to the banking crisis in 22, just less and more of it, and now we're getting back to a more volatile state. So watch those Markov indicators, watch those volatility indicators, watch those, which I mean, Markov is in a sense just a Markov of volatility. But regardless, that yeah, there's a lot of opportunities here. So um, stay stay alert out there, stay easy, um, and give enough time for your trade to play out. And if it takes years for your trade to play out, then um, you know, um, well, just be ready for that. I mean, that time frame, but give it enough time, and position accordingly. If you're going to be doing derivatives, it's going to require more attention. If you're just going to be doing equity, in a lot of ways, it requires less. But depending on just what you're looking to do, but um, yeah, we're getting really really dialed in here. I know it looks like a crazy mess, and it is. I do apologize, um, but I just like to see what works, and just kind of weed out from there. There we have so many different opportunities and indicators, and that are really good, and that I'm underused in a lot of ways. But we just got a new mode, and I'm really souped up about that. It's fucking tight. It's so cool. Like honestly, like people like new video game came out, like new mode came out. That's let's use it to our advantage. And I guess just what I would say is that you buy below the mode and you sell it. I mean, you never sell. Or you you yeah, I mean that wouldn't have worked right there. So I'm still learning kind of with that, but um, it's just cool to see. I mean, I actually want a median now. Mode's the number that occurs most. Median, or the return that occurs most. Okay, so we got some more work to do. So I'm gonna go for a walk outside, get some blood flowing, and come back maybe later on. But yeah, lots of good stuff here, and appreciate my 6 viewers, 6 more than I thought that I would have. Not doing it for views, I can tell you that much. So appreciate you. Till next time, peace.